What's going on, guys? Kulprit here, and welcome back to my After Action Review series where I kind of go back, watch one of my gameplays, live comm over it to kind of talk about what I like, what I didn't like, what I could do better in the hopes that we can all kind of improve through it. Today I want to talk about a video, Operation Locker, obviously, Conquest Large. I'm using the new AR-160. It might have been like one of the first few matches I used it on. We played pretty well. This is me playing randomly by myself with a whole bunch of randoms. You can see me chatting with them a little bit, trying to coordinate. It was actually a pretty good pickup group, kind of in that sense, public random group. We did pretty well, and we really should have won the match. Unfortunately, we make a fatal flaw. I make a fatal mistake, as do some of my teammates. Kind of giving away a spoiler here, but I thought it would be better to do that so you guys can watch along and try to identify that as I talk about it and see where I went wrong and how the match could have turned out differently. Again, like I said, we're pushing up here. This is early in the match. This is what I like to do on Locker. Lord knows you play it a lot because it seems to come up all the time. I like to obviously start at A. You push up, you push through C. C is the one you want. Obviously, you want A, B, C if you're on that side, the E, D, C from the other side. I like to push past, put pressure on people. This way I can draw the enemy back off C, let my blues, who are obviously going to go to C, take C. We do that there. What ended up happening is we kind of passed each other, obviously. They went and got B and C, and we went up, got E, and now we're picking up D here, I think it is. I lose this gunfight. I get killed by so many shotguns in this round. The Dow, oh my god, it's just, I mean, drives me nuts. I got to start using it so I can identify like its strengths and weaknesses I've never touched yet. Here you see me using the AR-160, some nice headshots. If I'm using this thing and I'm getting consistent headshots, you know the gun is pretty darn accurate. I know the guy's there behind the pillar. I'm afraid he's looking at me. I see the blue guy back over there thinking he could pick him up. That's why I'm just kind of standing here, throw the nade to try to get him. But you see our group has kind of rebounded pretty nicely, so I'm staying up here. I'm going to keep applying pressure. This is fine as long as you and maybe 2 or 3 other guys are doing this, or maybe one squad would be ideal probably, and everybody else is staying back, kind of holding C if you have it. We don't have it here, and this is kind of what I'm trying to do, is trying to be a nuisance up here in D and E, pulling the enemy back, forcing them to come back and deal with me and my squad mates, who I did have a squad mate or two who was up here consistently with me as we were trying to get E, we were trying to get D. And basically what I'm trying to do is draw the enemies back off C so that my bluebies can move up, take C. I want the ABC lockdown, and then we can turtle up and play defensive and kind of grind off the match. We have a little bit of a trouble. It's actually a lot of fun up here doing this. You know, it kind of feels like Spec Ops sort of thing. You and a couple squad mates taking on the world, prioritizing keeping guys up. Again, keeping a presence here. I do remember having this thought here as I die behind this pillar. Not exactly sure how that happened. I had the thought that we started to have too much of a presence up there. It started to be more than just me and a couple green guys up there. I started to see some blues bleeding up, which I thought was kind of strange considering we didn't have C yet. But now you see we've actually locked down C. I've fallen back. Obviously, I died. I respawned back here. Now I'm trying to fortify C. Hold it off. Clean guys out. Make sure we have A, B, C locked down. Now, you know in this map, if you don't control snow, you never have anything locked down. And there you see some chat in the chat between the team and stuff. Some guys were talking. It was pretty cool to see some guys working together a little bit. It's limited, obviously, in a public match, but failing that gunfight. Dow again. That seems like a pretty good range for that thing, but I don't know. Again, that's what I mean. I have to kind of use it. It's not gonna help me in any gunfight. Again, nice headshot, the AR-160. I'm really liking this gun. Seems to really just fit me well and how I want to play. Again, I'm tentative to really do a review on this or the AWS or anything, because I do feel like they're going to see some tweaks in the patch that's going to drop with the map pack or the actual maps being released. So we'll see. Time will tell, but I'm really enjoying this gun a lot. I liken it to the Scar H. It's going to be one of my main uses as long as it doesn't change too drastically. Not exactly a great fit for this map in particular, but being that it just launched, I wanted to try to get some unlocks for it and stuff. Here again, we are kind of going back. You saw that they took A, they took B, somehow got behind us, probably through snow, something like that. I've fallen back now. This is a clear, kind of match. We've all had them where it's like, if I don't do it, nobody's going to do it. And even though I said I've had some good squad mates, it felt like if my squad wasn't doing something, if we weren't physically on a flag, it was going to get taken. And that's kind of how the match went. So we went back, we secured A, we fought over B, we got those 2 locked down, we're clearing them out here, and now we're fighting on C. And this is classic Locker. You're fighting over this C point. This is where usually most of the fighting happens. It didn't go that way this round. As you've already seen, we've been pushed up, we've been pushed back. This map didn't really lock up too much. Didn't get too much of a stalemate. Probably, I think this match was 32-man. Might have been 48. I'm not sure. I have to check the scoreboard. That's typically what I play. I don't like to go too big. 48 is probably a little high, but I'm just kind of thinking about how this match has had some nice ebb and flow. So hereabouts is where we start to kind of, where we should be turtling up. We should say, okay, we're going to hold ABC. Let's get some guys out on snow, cut that off. We'll get some guys down here, get some guys up on the main floor, and just hold off C. You can see that guy's a little pushed up. We obviously hold this tunnel now. Now I notice A is burning, and they clearly got through Again, probably through snow. I'm a little indecisive. I know where I am. I'm pushed up past C. I'm to CD. I'm like, all right, let's just go up and cap D. They're going to take A. Let's take D. Let's kind of trade with them there, kind of stem that flow. We've got a nice lead here. I mean, we're doing good. I'm far from panicking at this point. This is where I start to make a mistake, and any minute now you'll see. I see the Claymore there, so I've got to play off. I don't have a grenade, so I really don't have much for it. I could have kind of played with it, and then I see the blue guy there, hoping he will shoot it. He does eventually, or the guy gets it with a grenade. Now I kind of start to panic here. I'm a little too pushed up, and I know it. I do. I feel weird about it. Then I see they have A. They're taking B. So now I'm like, we just got to cap something. Let's go up and get D. The problem here is what happens is, if this had just been me and maybe 2 squad mates, that would have been perfect. Again, it would have made them come and deal with us. Would have made them take some forces off of, now what they're going to push to C, their ABC, it made them come and deal with us on D and then potentially E. Unfortunately, that didn't really happen. What happened is, as a couple of us, look at the minimap right now, it's a perfect example. As a couple of us pushed up onto E, tons of blues flooded up with us. These are all the blues that I was counting on to defend C. And again, you have to kind of think, you kind of have to assume they're like minions in League of Legends. They almost don't have a brain of their own. They're just going to kind of do what they see the rest of the crowd doing. And you can't assume they're going to be smart about it. I'm not trying to put people down, but your working operation, your tactics in your head have to be based on the fact that they're going to do the wrong thing. And that's the safe way to play. Now we're in trouble. We went up, we got E. That's all we got right now. And E is very easy. That's a gimme. That's very easy for them to get back. They can spawn in their spawn and get it very easily. So that's not worth much. They have A, B, C, and now they're fighting back for D. I'm trying to run back and kind of do my best to get them. Again, I'm going to get bested by the Dow, if I remember correctly, in a kind of crappy gunfight. I feel like I should have won that. I didn't even see the guy shoot. I don't know. Get taken down by a shotgun on locker. I can't complain about that too much. So I have to spawn all the way back on A now. Now we're in trouble. Now they've gotten us. Even our little jaunt up on E really didn't do anything. We still have a pretty good lead, so there's no reason to panic. You see, I'm sitting here. I'm trying to clear B before I move up. Again, I'm using this weapon for what I perceive as its strengths. Medium range, pretty good rate of fire. I can push up with a good 700 rounds per minute. It's not really too bad, but you don't want to be running and gunning, trying to clear every room by yourself. Again, tons of headshots. Loving this gun for that fact. Those are not a strength of mine. Another headshot. Picking people off. Well, they're not giving me a headshot there, but it must have been. That's all I could see. Picking people off hedge glitches, trying to keep my squad mates prioritized to keep them up again. They were playing pretty well with me, so I was having a good time with them. I felt like we were a pretty decent unit. We're taking B now. I probably should have just moved up immediately, but again, look, the blues are just gone. If I don't stay to cap, they're not gonna. So here we go. Now this is kind of classic locker again. We've kind of shored things up, and now it's gonna be that grind, the tunnel fighting. We've got a decent lead, but now it's clearly getting weaned down, and we're on the burn in essence. They're going to have the advantage here. Now, my focus here is I'm not going to play this kind of back and forth tunnel dance. I'm going to just try to keep my teammates up. Because remember, death's thing too. You don't want to get chewed up here. And then we actually fall victim to that later, which is the second kind of big mistake we tend to make. I don't necessarily make it, but my teammates do. People get that locker mentality. Like, it's almost like unlocks are more important than winning. I know it's kind of a pitfall of locker. Can't blame DICE so much for that, but that's more of a reflection of the community and the players, I suppose. My focus here is keeping people up, getting those tickets back, keeping people alive. My thinking here is I'm going to get killed if I dance here. I'm going to get, collide on other players and get knocked down, and eventually I'm going to die. And it feels like I can't revive myself, so I probably won't get revived there. So look at all the engineers. I mean, I get it, the rocket spam and stuff, but God, come on. We could use something else a lot better. The idea for that here was for me to keep my team up, keep their presence, keep them applying pressure. I felt like I could out-revive the other team. And, we're obviously going to trade kills back and forth through this tunnel. I felt like I could out-revive my enemy, keep my team up, and eventually win the war of attrition here. And we actually do. We get in here. If we could have held this, I feel like we could have turned the match around. We could have really done it. This is where we did what we wanted to do. We did what we had to do. Again, we still have a slight ticket lead. We're up by 50 tickets going into the last 100. That's a pretty good lead. They have a presence seemingly up top. We do have the burn there, but we end up getting wiped out. And, that's kind of going to get us off C. I believe they cap it again. Yeah, it's still contentious. Guy got behind us. I had to go back and get him. I do actually recall that. I like to fight down below. Not really sure why that is. I just seem to have better luck down here. So I like to take this route. Just kind of surprised that nobody's down here. The enemy is now recap C. So again, now we're getting into trouble. Look at the ticket count. Getting very close. I'm trying to push a little. I see some blues in there. I'm not quite sure what's going on in here. I don't know. The guy didn't kill him. I try to kind of turtle there. Usually you can catch the burn. That tells me right there that there is a lot of guys on this flag. We're not burning it with myself and one other blue. Obviously, we see a bunch here. I tried to go to the shotgun thinking close quarters. Probably wrong decision. I just kind of expected with the railings there and stuff, I was going to have a hard time. Railings always seem to bother me and get in the way. So now we're in trouble. You can see the tickets have switched now. We're actually down. Some time has passed here. Same situation. They're still holding the same thing. This is the second mistake my team makes. They get caught up in this tunnel dance. Now, I guess you don't have any decision here. You have to make a move. We probably should have focused more on snow. I can't see from here what they're doing out there, but look at all these tickets that are getting blown up. Literally blown up off the map. I'm literally trying to keep them up and just get those tickets back. These idiots just keep dancing with them. And it's like, you can't do this, guys. They have the advantage. They have the initiative. And look at the spam that's coming through here. There's no reason to stick your head through there if they're spamming that much. So we quickly got wiped out towards the end because we just died. We just died, lost those tickets for no reason, really. But it's a pretty good comeback by them. I think we were down. We were up by quite a bit at one point, and they came back. I put this more on our mistakes, my mistakes. I made a crucial mistake there. I overextended myself. I should have recognized that too many blues were pushing up. I should have went back. Not sure if I could have done anything and saved the day, but it's something I should have recognized and tried. It worked in the beginning for us to extend out there, apply pressure, got us set up how we wanted, and then we kind of gave it away through a bad decision. So let me know what you guys think watching this gameplay. Is there anything else that jumped out at you? Hope you enjoy it. You know, Locker, it can be a mess, but sometimes there's some really cool tactics and strategy going on there, as long as the map doesn't grind to a halt and you actually have some movement back and forth, which this one did. So like always, guys, thanks so much. Hit that like button if you enjoyed it, and I'll talk to you soon, guys. Take care.